Okay, so I've been watching a lot of content about Mordheim, and I just find the history of the game and the underground movement that the fans are doing to keep this discontinued game alive just completely fascinating. I have plenty of games that I'm trying to build warbands for at the moment, so I don't see myself diving into Mordheim in the near future, but the images of Mordheim terrain builds are just awesome and creative. As I am fairly new to wargaming, most of my games are played on typical battle mats with random bits of terrain that I'm slowly collecting. I've been inspired to build something that isn't quite as complex with bridges and tunnels like a lot of Mordheim sets that I've seen, but I would like to do something that has an actual scene or a complete composition. Starting out, I have a 2 foot by 2 foot slab of pink insulation foam, covered by panels of a printed war mat that I've designed. This design that I've called the Grassy Plains, and eventually down the road, I'm going to either design or collect rock formations for this war mat, and it will be a tribute to the Grassy Plains level in Final Fantasy Tactics. But as for now, it will be the foundation of this new terrain project that I'm going to call Stonehill. I'm going to 3D print plates that will eventually cover the entire board and replace all of the Grassy Plains sections. But as for phase 1 of this build, it will only be about half and half. For starters, I think most of this build will be from 3D prints from a company called Printable Scenery. They have a lot of cool terrain files that are very FDM printer friendly. They also have models that feature a modular locking system called OpenLOCK. With this, you can print out sections of terrain and then lock them together using clips that you also print yourself. Starting out, I printed a few 4x4 sections of flat stone tiles that I'd like to have a building set on later. I've covered these tiles completely with black primer, and now I'll go back and dry brush them using some cheap dollar store gray. I wanted these tiles to be a little dark, but I think just using a gray is a little too dark, so I went back over everything with a cheap dollar store white. And I think that looks much better. I like using a grid system in a lot of my games, but I wanted something a little less distracting than a bunch of squares. So I designed and printed this template to help me paint dots in a 1-inch square pattern. At first, I painted the dots in black, and then I went back over the black with a silver paint marker. I think this is going to work out great. The dots are more obscured than a bunch of squares. And then you just take a miniature and place it over each dot to represent movement. On this next plate, I decided that ultimately I just like the look of the silver dots, so instead of painting the black dots first, I went straight to a shining silver paint. I've decided last minute that these tiles need just a little bit of color. So with some cheap white, I've added some Forest Sprite Green Speed paint from Army Painter. At first, I started with a light mix of green, and then quickly decided to darken it up with something closer to a 50-50 mix. And then I just dry brushed some random sections just to give the tiles a little bit of a mossy look. Finally, I was able to clip the plates together using the OpenLOCK system and place them on the board. This is a pretty interesting start. I wasn't sure if the dot system was going to work, but I actually like it a lot, and it's very usable. These new terrain builds that I'm working on might be a little shorter than my typical content, but they might be a little bit more frequent and split up in understandable sections. So give this video a like and subscribe if you are interested in seeing where this project goes. And I will see you guys on our next adventure.